So here we are going to just construct the circuit that we had in the earlier part of this class, and I'm going to show you that we actually do get the values that I told you we were getting. Yeah. So as I said, we need 5 wires, a resistor, battery, light bulb, and switch. So we'll put the battery first. So click, drag, orient it that way. We need a wire to connect it. We need to connect that to a resistor, so we did that. We need to connect a wire to the other end, so we did that. We need to connect a switch to there, so we click and drag that. We need a wire at the other end of the resistor, so that's there. We have to connect the bulb, so that's there. Then we need 2 more wires just to make it sort of neat. There, and another one, click and drag, it should snap, reorient, and there. Are we okay with this? Okay, great. So here you can see if I close the switch here, so this is the part of the switch that I can close. I click it and rotate it downwards, and you can see right now that the electrons are moving, the bulb is lit, and all is well with the circuit. If I right click on the battery and click on change voltage, you can see that this pop-up comes. Are you able to see the pop-up? Yeah, and you can see that it says 9 volts. Yeah? Okay, I'm not changing that right now. I can click on the resistor, right click on the resistor, and I click on change resistance, and you can see that the resistance right now is 10 ohms. When you're not, I don't know what what device you're using. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know what you mean. You can't type from your laptop. What is happening is the issue. Yeah. I mean, unless I know what you're experiencing, just saying that you can't type. Yeah. What has happened? I can right click on the bulb and click change resistance. You can see the bulb's resistance is 10 ohms to start with. So all these components have some starting values. The battery will start always with 9 volts. The resistor will start with 10 ohms. The bulb will start with 10 ohms. Okay, so that's basically how the circuit starts. Now I'm going to click on the voltmeter checkbox. As soon as I do that, the voltmeter appears. Okay, and I can move these wires. So I move the red probe to the junction of the resistor and the wire, the black probe again to the junction of the resistor and the wire, and you can see right now it shows 4.5 volts. Yes? Okay. Now what we had to do was change the battery voltage. So I change the voltage, right click, we have to make that 15. Make that 15, click done, and the voltmeter now reads 7.5 volts. Okay, you can see the bulb has become a little brighter because you increase the voltage, nothing else changed, so the current has increased, and so the bulb is brighter. I have to change the voltage, the resistance of the resistor, so I right click and click change resistance, and I was supposed to make that 50 ohms. So I click done, and you can see now that the voltage across the resistor is 12.50 volts. Now we increase the resistance, so the current has decreased drastically, and so the bulb is very, very dim right now. The electrons are still flowing, not as fast as before, but they are flowing, and since they are really slow, the bulb is not shining as brightly as before. I need to change the resistance of the bulb to make that 20 ohms. And you can see that that became the voltage across the resistor has become 10.71 volts. Is that okay? Now I click on the non-contact ammeter. It shows up there. I move it over a wire, and I can see that that reads, maybe you all are not able to see because it's a little too small, but that's 0.21 amps is what it reads. Okay, now I could connect a regular ammeter, so I'm going a little ahead with this applet and show you some few other things. Yeah, so I'm going to move this non-contact ammeter, get a regular ammeter, and a regular ammeter has to be connected between. Yeah, it's inside. It has to be inserted into the circuit. So what I can do here is, on here I've got these two wires connected to each other. I right-click the junction, and I get the option which says split junction. So I split that. Now I can connect one end of the ammeter to one of the wires and the other end to the other wire. And you can see now that this one also reads 0.21 amps. Do you see that? Okay, so that's that. There are some advanced things. You can click on this button which says show under advanced, and it will show you a whole bunch of things. Yeah, so you can have the resistivity of the wire. So the wires themselves will act like resistors. Yeah, you can increase it, and the current will start decreasing, as you can see. Yeah, we are not going to play around with that too much. You can hide the electrons. I mean, they are not really serving any purpose apart from convincing us that there is a current. So this is what you would see, just a wire, right? You don't see the electrons. You can also have it in a schematic form, so like a circuit diagram. So click that, and everything looks like a sort of circuit diagram. You can click on this box which says show values, and it will show all the values that you have there. So 20 ohms resistance for the bulb, 50 ohms for the resistor, etc., etc. I'll get back to the original settings. So there you are. Now there is this thing called a grab bag, and we'll be using that in the assignment. So if you click on that, please let me know if you're able to see this. What about the others? See the grab bag contents. So a few things. There's a dollar bill, paperclip, penny, an eraser, pencil lead, a hand, and a dog. Yeah, strange, strange collection. But anyway, so if the question asks you to use one of these, use it. Yeah, so all you have to do is click. So let's say it says use a paperclip. Click on it, and a paperclip appears here. Yeah. Now it doesn't really look like a paperclip, but there it is. Yeah, and you can add it. Let's say we remove this regular ammeter. We don't want it, so we get that out of the picture. Remove, and I've got my paperclip, so I'm insert it there. There you go. Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. It acts like any other component. All of these grab bag components, and that's it. Yeah. No issues with it. So a question may ask you to do that. Put it into the circuit, and see what happens. Remember earlier I told you have to download 3 of the resources from the learning center. Now those you should keep it in some folder where it's recognizable, and you can now you'll be asked to load those. Yeah, so I'm going to load one of those. So click on load. Yeah, when you get this pop up, please allow it to do it. Yeah, otherwise. So navigate to the place where you need to navigate to. Okay, there you go. Where am I? I can't even see where these things are. Okay, let's just click on that. Should be here. Alright, so I've got circuit 1, 2, 3 here. So let's say I'm loading circuit 1. I load it, and there it shows up. Yeah, and you'll be asked to do something with respect to this circuit. Okay, if you are in the middle of something, you want to stop, you can click save. Yeah, so that you can continue from where you left off. So click save, and it'll ask you to save it as a particular name, save it as a different name, so that you can continue from where you're stopping. Yeah, is that okay? All right, I have paused my screen share. There is nothing more to be done.